So these are the basic syntaxes which we need to use to write the JavaScript in the LWC. So first line is import the lightning element from LWC. And now we will write export default class lightning web component. Okay, now understand this. So here our JavaScript file name is LWC1. So we have to write a class whose name should be LWC1. And that class should extend the lightning element which we imported from LWC. Understood? This line is clear to everyone?
Sir, please repeat.
Yeah. So see, LWC1 is our component name. And our file name is lwc1.js. So that file, that JS file, should have a class which should be equal to the component name. Okay. So here the class name is LWC1 and we have to write it. All the logics, all the code should be inside this class. Okay. So our class name is LWC1, which extends the lightning element which was imported from LWC.
LWC library.
Correct. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. And the key identifier will be default. So you should write it as default. And there will be an export keyword. This is required because you can write the class without export. But if export is not there, it won't be exported to Salesforce server. Because once we develop the LWC component, after that we need to deploy it in the Salesforce, right? So if we do not include this keyword, it won't be able to export to Salesforce. Correct?
Yes.
So import means we are taking data from Salesforce. We are building something by that data in our local machine, and we are exporting all the built components into the Salesforce again. Take the data, build something, export it to Salesforce. So that's the thing in the LWC. Got it? So that's why there is the export keyword. Okay. So here we will be importing another part from LWC, which is called as track. So what does track do? Let's say we have a variable called message here. So message is a variable. Okay. So whenever the value of the message changes, it will be tracked. And this message variable, wherever this is used, it would be updated with the current value. For example, let's say we have LWC1 component. In another component, we have LWC2. Another component, we have LWC3. So in LWC1, we are using the message variable. So this is a variable. Okay. In LWC2, we are using the message variable as well. In LWC3, we are using the message variable as well. Okay. So let's say in LWC1, the value of the message is high. Okay. Or let's say the value of the message is Suraj. Okay. So here also the value should be Suraj. And here also the value should be Suraj. Okay. Now let's say in this LWC1 component, the value changed to Srivani. So understand carefully. So initially the value of the message was Suraj, and the same message variable is used in LWC2 and LWC3. So now the value of the message has been changed to Srivani. So now the LWC2 should also have the current value of message, which should be Srivani, and LWC3 component should also have the current value of message, which is Srivani. Correct? Understood? To let this happen, to maintain the same value over all the components, we use the track. So this track will be used to maintain the same value throughout all the components wherever the variables is used. Understood? So Srivani, is this clear?
Yes.
Suraj and Praveen, is this clear to you? Okay, I think they left. Just give me a minute, Srivani.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they left. Okay, we will continue and we will have the recording. Okay, all right. So after this, is it clear to you, Srivani?
Yeah, correct. I understand.
Okay. So to let this happen, we will use the track.
Hmm.
All right. Let's try it again. Hey, Suraj.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, there is a network issue. So,
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So you understood, right? What we have explained up to
Yes,
this?
yes, so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now that's the reason we are using the track over the message variable, which will let us to maintain the current value over all the components in where the same variable has been used. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I missed that part. At the track message. Sorry.
Yeah, the
that
track.
part.
Yeah, so the track is the identifier here. So once we apply the track keyword for a particular variable, the value of that variable will be maintained throughout all the components where is this used.
Okay.
Got it?
So whenever a value got changed, it will get changed for all the three components, right?
Correct. Perfect. Yeah.
We use annotation track.
Correct. This is the annotation
Okay.
track. So there will be an
Okay.
interview question as well. So why we use the annotation track? So you just need
Okay.
to mention this.
Sure. Right.
Okay. All right. So now let's have an input. Okay. So let's say we have an input. We have a text input where we can just write something and the value is message. Okay. So let's say there is an input box. So whenever you write Suraj, the output should be hello Suraj. If I write Soham there, the output should be hello Soham. If someone writes Sivani, then the output should be hello Sivani. So that way we need to implement. So the requirement is understood to everyone.
Yeah, got it.
So it's
Yeah.
the input field. So based on that, we will display here the value of the message. Okay. So initially the message should be blank. It's a blank value. Whenever the component loads, the initial value of the message should be blank because we haven't put anything in that input, right? So whenever input is given, let's say we have put the Suraj there in the input. So which means the input has been changed from a blank value to Suraj, correct?
Correct.
So how to identify that change? So we have a syntax over here, which is called as onChange, which means whenever there is a change in the value of a particular field, we will perform some action. And the action name is handle change. Okay. So here we will write the method name as handle change event. So why event? Because change is an event. So whenever we change some input value, that's an event. So it's a change event. So that's why we have written it handle change in brackets event, which means we are accepting event as a parameter. Okay. So now this dot message equals event dot target dot value. So what does it mean? So what is the event here? The onChange event, correct? So the event here is the onChange event, which means some value has been changed to some other value. So that is why it's an onChange event. So event dot target means which from where the event was fired. from where the event was fired? From this input, right? From this input, the event was fired. So the event dot target means from which location the event was fired. So the event was fired from this input location. So there is a lightning input field, and from there the change event fired. So the event dot target will give us the location of the event from where it was fired. So now we know that, yeah, from this lightning input field, the event was fired. So now what does event.target.value will give us? So event.target.value will give us the most updated value. So what is the final value of the after the change? So when the change event happened, now what is the final value after the change event? So now initially it was a blank value. So whenever we give an input, let's say Suraj, so event.target.value will give us the value Suraj. If we write it as Srivani, event.target.value will give us Srivani. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
So once we get the most updated value from the change event, we will store it in the message variable. Okay.
Okay.
So this message is a variable of the same LWC class. That is why we have written as this dot message. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
All right. So here, whenever we write this message within second brackets, it means we are taking the message value from the variable in the JS file. So here, whatever value we have in this message variable, that value will be taken to this HTML. So these braces are used to use the value from the JS file in the HTML. Got it?
Mm. Yeah.
So this is the basic Suraj, Praveen hasn't joined, or he's trying to join again.
Actually, his laptop got switched off, so he is again trying to connect on laptop.
Okay, okay, sure. So till now, everything is clear to you, whatever
Yes.
I have. So Srivani,
Yeah.
Praveen, and Suraj, every one of you
Yes.
understood, right?
Yeah, it's clear. Mm.
Good. Okay. So from the next session, we will talk about the event architecture of Lightning Framework. Okay, so we have the next session probably on Monday. So is that fine for you? The same timing will be there, 7 or 7:30.
Monday.
Can you do it for like 8 p.m.?
8 p.m.
Okay.
would be a little difficult, but okay, I can make it on 8 p.m. But
Yeah, so like we'll
yeah,
start because I will be having like one call at the same time, so it won't be
okay.
at 10. So that's why just
So
like
okay,
7:45, 8 p.m.
okay. So we can start from 8 p.m. So Suraj and Praveen, the timing is fine for you.
8 p.m. on Monday.
Okay, fine. So
8 p.m. on
what?
Monday.
Yeah, okay. So once
Okay.
the session is completed for today, I will share the recordings to your email, so you can check on that. And
Sure.
yeah, so so
Is
everyone
there,
feels, yeah, tell me.
is there any prerequisite to learn JavaScript?
See, the JavaScript which is used in LWC is a bit different JavaScript than we use in the like React or Node. So that
Okay.
JavaScript is a bit different. So you don't need to learn that. So whatever we are
Okay.
learning here, that would be sufficient.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, so everyone feels comfortable with my explanations, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
More than comfortable.
Okay, great. Okay, so just coming to the payment things. Okay, so the payment will be done in two halves. Okay, so
Okay.
one first, you would need to pay the half of the amount, which is 6,500. So which means the half of it should be 3225. Sorry, 3250. So okay, let me just write it down here. So first half 3250, and the second half after 15 days. We have a course of 1 month, so after 15 days, the remaining 3250 should be paid.
Sir, are you cover any project in this?
Yeah. So the last 1 or 2 sessions, actually the last 2 or 3 sessions would be on the real-time project scenarios.
Okay.
See,
Thank you, sir.
the thing is, there would be no hard and fast project on LWC because actually we use the LWC to use the UI part, right? So it's basically for the UI part. So there would be no backend logic can be covered in LWC. So all the backend logic should be written in Apex coding, Apex classes, and we just call the Apex class from the LWC. So that's what we do. We do not write any logic inside the LWC itself.
Okay.
Understood?
In the industry right now, they are demanding LWC, means they are mostly working on the UI page right now.
Correct. So if someone is a LWC developer, so they would be able to, their responsibility will be mainly to create the components, right? So someone from the other team will be able to create the Apex classes, and then
Okay.
we can just call it from there.
Okay, when if someone is getting entry with a LWC as a LWC developer, then he have to work only on LWC,
It's
not
not
on other.
it's not the only to LWC. You have to create the Apex classes as well, but your main focus should be on the LWC to create the components.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So I would request you to all of you, before Monday, please confirm with the first half of the payment so that we can continue forward.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So by when, I mean, can you just provide us the last date of the course? I mean, just estimate it.
The estimate date. So we have started from 7th, right? So around 15th or 16th, we will complete the course in the next month.
Okay. Right. Got it. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
So for today, I think
Thanks.
this is the one. So
Yeah.
we will connect on Monday again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.